this computer. Hello everyone, it is Andrew Rigg here from Beyond Mindfulness, and I have the lovely Carroll Byrne with me on the other side of the planet, being somewhere in Victoria. Okay, I'm not too far away from him, maybe 800 k's. Anyway, it's not quite the other side of the planet. Okay, it's just a little bit.
Feels like the other side of the planet.
Yeah, it's Victoria's got a bit weird of late, but anyway, that's another story. Okay, so we have this lovely topic that's which is Carroll.
Don't believe everything you think.
Okay, what does that mean?
Okay, so for me, I remember Gary Douglas in every single class that I have been in. He has said to the cohort, if you are thinking, you are stinking.
Whoa.
And at the moment, yeah, that's got a bit of a buzz on it, isn't it?
Yes.
Everything that brings up, right? That book all night, short boys and beyonds. And personally, I find myself having too much time to think at the moment with the current situation in Australia, or globally, really. And I think we do ourselves a disservice by sitting in that thinking, stinking pot. And I thought it might be something good to talk about, because I would imagine that there are a lot of people who are out there who would normally kind of go along with the flow and, follow the energy. But that becomes quite difficult when that thinking really engages. And, like hubby and I were out for lunch yesterday. It was lovely to go out, and I really feel for the people who are not able to do that kind of thing. But we sat and we looked over beautiful fields, and we had a glass of wine, and he said, we need to make a plan. And I thought, here we go. Where's all this thinking coming from? So we talked about making a plan. We're going to make a plan. I was like, how do we realistically make a plan right now at this moment, honey, when we don't know when we'll be able to leave Victoria, if that's what we plan to do, if we, plan next week and things change. So all of his thinking kind of just came out on the table in between those little bits of tapas yesterday.
Yeah, so he's not aware at all, is he? So he wasn't at all tapping into anyone else's reality, going, we've got to make a plan, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. And none of that is actual. Making the plan isn't awareness. He was aware of was he aware of other people thinking of that they need to make a plan?
Yeah, because people want to control this situation. So by making a plan, they can control it.
Yeah. And what happens when you make a plan?
Well, you try and stick to it, don't you?
Yeah. And what happens when it falls over?
Well, you make another plan.
So you make yourself wrong and make everyone else wrong.
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
The plan didn't work.
The plan didn't work because we didn't plan properly. We didn't
take in all the variables.
Yeah, I remember my stepdaughter was talking about an interaction that she had with her husband last year or something, and they were coming to Australia, and he wanted every single contingency sorted out before they went, and she's going, let's just go and have fun. Let's just go and see what happens. Yep. No, every single contingency about, what if it rained, what if it was too hot, what if the food, whatever it was. I don't know specifically at all. But it was just, for me, it was nonsensical. It was not about being in the moment, enjoying the moment, and having fun with what was happening at that particular time.
I think sometimes those plans as well are around timelines.
Yeah.
At this point in our life, we should be here. At this point in our life, we shouldn't have done that, and which led to this, and now we're looking at this. And so those timelines become really, and whose timelines are they?
Well, they're just made up.
Well, no, but sometimes they're implants as well, aren't they? People,
oh yes, they are. Yeah.
the expectation is you by this age you'll do this, by this age you'll do that. You know, the kids, the family, the marriage, the picket fence.
Yeah.
I'm being very homogenous, but generic. But yeah, timelines are a bit of a bugger.
Yeah. Okay. So there seems to be some energy building about this. Where this talking about thinking and stinking and so on. It literally is that every time you think, you go into a pile of shit. It's because you're not actually choosing, you're not actually asking questions, you're simply just going down that rabbit hole and finding all the shit.
Indeed.
Okay, so everything that brought up, all that down, we just throw it on credit all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, on, book, short, poison. Now, I just want to remind everyone that was the Access Conscious Clearing Statement. They can look up the clearing statement at theclearingstatement.com. Find out all about it. Dr. Dane here, he has a really good explanation about it, what it is, how it works, and so on. Just go.
Yeah, we have that on Beyond too.
Yes, and we've got it on the page, the Beyond Mindfulness page as well. Thought my beard is getting a bit long now.
Anyway. Yeah. How's Ari going with your beard? Does she like the facial hair?
Well, yes, she does, but she said, "Oh, it's getting a bit long now." So, yeah, and
it's only long when you can plait it.
Oh man, that's what I should be going for. Yeah, the full plait.
The full plait. Oh dear.
I've never grown a beard before. Anyway, what does this have to do with if you're thinking, you're stinking? Nothing. We're just talking.
Being silly.
Yeah.
Being silly. But yes. So I guess I find myself maybe feeding off his energy as well, because I'm thinking, right, what's the next step for us? We both agreed that Victoria, for some reason, has not been a good move for us. We've been here coming up 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is that, we've moved a couple of times in our marriage. And when we went to Rockhampton, we had absolutely no expectation and had the best 10 years of our life. We just went, look, we're going to get out of Brisbane. Yep. We'll go here. I got a job, and we grew and grew and grew, and everything just seemed to fall into place, but it's not where we wanted to grow up or grow old. So we decided on Victoria, and it's not delivered on our expectations, funny enough, because Rockhampton was so easy, let's go to Victoria and it'll be exactly the same. So the interesting thing is now we're thinking, what's next?
Well, that's a question.
Yeah, but it's not delivering answers quickly enough, Andrew. I've asked it 10 times yesterday.
Yeah. And
there's nothing bloody coming up yet.
Okay, so are you going into a lot of thinking with us?
Of course. Okay. Do I need to go back to a teaching role? All those things that I guess again, this whole planning thing, what can we do to create the future that we want, to meet the timeline that we think we have to have, and how do we get to the next step?
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, is any of that thinking yours?
No, and it's
No.
No, but it's certainly affecting my my psyche at the moment, because I keep asking, returning it to sender with consciousness attached.
What if you asked a different question?
Yeah, okay. Like, hit me with a question, Mr. Rigg.
What would be fun for me and would make me money right away?
Oh, you know what question I've been asking lately? Hang on, I'm going to write that one down. What would be fun for me and make me money right away? The question that I've been asking lately, and it's an old one from Gary Douglas that I kind of found on some loops that I was listening to, is what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to generate, create, and actualize never enough money, but too much to spend?
With total ease. Hope you're putting total ease at the end of that.
Oh no. Okay. Well, with total ease. What's the difference with the total ease?
It allows it to show up easily. You don't have to go through the trauma and drama of having it.
Ah, okay.
But, well, you know, unless you actually like the trauma and drama.
No, I'm over it.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good thing.
Yes.
So then, yeah. So with the thinking, going into the thinking about all of that. So no. Let me change it. How much thinking have you gone into about all of that? A lot, megatons.
Megatons.
Okay. Is any of that working?
No, clearly not.
Okay. So everything that is, all that thinking you've done and are still doing about all of that, where you just throw an uncreated all.
Yes.
Done something right, wrong, good, bad, oh no, both shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah.
Okay. If you weren't thinking, what could you be choosing?
Interesting. I'm not supposed to answer that, am I?
No, it's no.
It's just, yeah, no, it's obviously it creates space to choose possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you last have your bars run?
Last Sunday, actually.
Okay.
And, okay, tell me something. Do you ever get cranky after you get your bars run?
In the early days, yes, there was some crankiness. Yes.
Okay. Because I find I have a lot of pent up energy after it. Okay, although I feel good on the day, but like 2 days later, something happens that there's a potency around it.
So what are you aware of? Is it a potency, or are you aware of someone or something?
Could it be my husband's reluctance to run them? He gets a bit fed up. I'm like, run my bars.
Do you run it in front of the TV so you can watch the TV?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only real way Ari and I do it now, is in front of the TV.
So you just relax doing
it.
Yeah.
She falls asleep if I run the bars.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I need to run his more often. When he first was introduced to bars, his body through, like, at that stage I hadn't done any body processes, and a kinesiologist muscle tested him, and he needed them done like every 5 days. Mm-hmm. So, and I think we're back to that stage just because of the stresses of his modern world at the moment.
Okay, so was there any question in that?
No, that was a big conclusion, wasn't it?
And you also said, I think.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So everything that brought up all that, it's trying to create it all.
See how easy it is to go into that stinking thinking pot?
Yes. So what if you went, okay, is he open to having his bars run today? Yes, no. Okay, fine. What about tomorrow? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, will he run my bars today? Yes, no. Yeah, okay. Honey.
Honey, I'm just going to put this nice movie on that you want to watch.
Honey, if you run my bars, we can have sex.
I'll settle, Andrew.
It'll work. He's a man. Come on.
I know. Those poor creatures. They're so, as long as they're happy below the belly button, their head's happy.
That's right. We'll do it that way. Can you run my bars? We'll have sex.
Yeah. Good job. Now I'm blushing. Catholic girl that I am.
Oh, come on.
Yes, but it's so crazy how simple it is to just walk straight into the thinking stinking pot, isn't it? Without without really thinking about it, it just happens.
Yeah. So what would it take to change that?
Yeah.
Instead of going into thinking, actually going into question. Now, going into question does not mean that you think about a question. You ask, okay, if you don't know what question to ask, what question can I ask here? And the awareness will show up.
That was an interesting one that was on a loop when I was driving home this morning. Yeah, what questions do I need to be asking to,
No, leave out the need.
What questions do I ask?
What question can I ask that will change this? Or that will allow for this? Or whatever. but please do not put need in.
So what's the problem with the word need?
Need, you're being needy.
Needy.
Do you like being around someone who's needy?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything that brought up or let down where you just thrown on great old.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, honour, buck, short boys, and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, the thinking pot.
Yes, yes.
I wonder how many people are sitting boiling themselves in it currently with everything that's going on.
Well, thinking is a valuable product, apparently.
Well, it is valued though, isn't it? You know, if you have thoughts to share, people want to hear them.
Sometimes.
But, yeah, well, they're a bit like arseholes. Everyone's got an opinion, so.
Love it.
Everyone's got one.
Yeah, you know, yes. What you correct? You know, people do want to share their thoughts, and they want to hear your thoughts, but they don't generally wish to hear something that is contrary to what they are thinking.
I think what I found is people want to hear your thoughts of what they think come out of your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. So fundamentally, they want you to agree with their disposition or their position on something. And if as soon as you disagree or you present some other, you know, scenario, they're really not that interested.
No, and they might even attack you for having a different point of view, which is really stupid.
No, and that it's happening to a lot of people currently. Yeah. Obviously, you know, in multiple debates about all of the things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
So people just need to, I guess, be in their own awareness of what their truth is.
Or chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, it's you know, in Access Consciousness talks about it's just a point of view. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all interesting points of view, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So,
you know, there was, you know, something I saw on the TV quite a few years ago about the different ways of cattle were treated around the world. So, and you know, and each culture thought they were doing it right. No, it's just different.
Yep. It's just, yeah. Yep. Well, it's like me sitting in a room with a Ukrainian, a Chinese boy, a Chinese, British person, and we all thought we won the Second World War, but everyone was adamant that their history book was correct. So I think we need to be a little bit more concerned with just being more open to people's points of view, and just at the end of the day, it is only a point of view, and if you don't want to engage in it, you know, your energy shouldn't flow in that direction.
Yep. It's just a point of view, and it means nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a point of view. Everything that brought up or let down, you throw it on great at all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, on our shorts, boys, beyond. So what does all this have to do with thinking?
Oh, what does it all have to do? Well, it's an interesting point of view, just connected to thinking. It's hand in hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start thinking, it's just your own interesting point of view about what you're thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, you know, you're not special about having a point of view. Everyone has a point of view. Who cares?
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and some people obviously lock that into their head, lock that into their bodies, and they're creating dis-ease in their body because of what they're creating, you know, the dis-ease in their mind.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Nah, me either. Let's destroy and uncreate all that.
Yes, right. Boys and beyonds. Those words. Pog and pod that shit.
Pod and pop that shit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, okay. Truth. Are you an infinite being?
Yes.
Yes. Truth. As an infinite being, are you aware of multiple things at any one moment?
Yes.
Okay. So truth. Can you be aware of other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions?
Yeah. Of course, people
yeah.
currently people call them empaths, don't they? You know, we've decided to put words on them. But yes, infinite beings can be very aware.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but I'm empath, but that's another story. We can talk about that in another, something else, which is actually probably a good idea. Yes, so next time we're going to be talking about empaths. Or maybe it'll be the time after. We don't really care when, but it'll be there sometime.
Yeah. Put it on our 100 topic list.
Yeah, but if you are aware of other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you have them trickling through your head all the time. Then you start to, because they're in your head, this head, that head, whatever. If you're a Tasmanian, you might have 2 or 3 heads. That's another story. Anyway.
Don't put that on the topic list. Tasmanians could get upset with us.
But anyway, with you being aware of the thoughts of other people, and when you start thinking that way, you've automatically made all of those thoughts yours. You haven't asked a question, is this mine or who does this belong to? It's really simple to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, it doesn't affect me quite as much when I'm sitting here at home writing, and researching for my PhD. But when I go into schools and I'm surrounded by lots of little people and big people who are obviously, there's a fear factor, and then there's the conversations and the constant, reiteration of the mainstream news. And I'm like, I just can't wait to get out of there. Although, I keep sending it back while I'm there, but it becomes exhausting.
Okay. Is it truly exhausting or is it something else?
Well, I don't know, draining, or is it just taking up a lot of my energy because I always say children are like human vampires, they really do suck the energy out of you in order for them to feel good. They need that constant kind of, well, especially the age groups that I'm working with currently, they are very needy.
Okay, so for what reason are you not giving them the energy that they desire and require?
I should push energy before I even go in, shouldn't I?
You're just asking, what energy flow do you require? Do these kids require? Give it to them. You're an infinite being. You got infinite amounts of energy.
Yeah, what energy flow do you require? Yeah, I wonder how many parents would like that in lockdown, trying to, homeschool their kids while they're running a business and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and just keep asking that question and asking that, who does this belong to, or is this mine? And things like, am I thinking?
Am I thinking and I was thinking?
Yes, am I stinking? Yeah. Yes, you might stink if you haven't had a shower for a couple of days.
Like Andrew, yeah, I don't do that even in lockdown.
Really?
No, I like my pretty smells, all my nice essential oils and stuff. They keep me high vibing. All right. Well, very good. We've got a few questions today to offer the group. Want to pop them up?
Yeah. So there we go. My name is Andrew Rigg from Beyond Mindfulness, and my lovely colleague on the other side of the planet is
Carroll Byrne.
Carroll Byrne, yes. So we'll see you all in a week or two. We're really just doing this, when the time's right, or when it shows up, or when things work for us. Yep. I'm having fun with it. What about you?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, and as we mentioned, we might do a discussion on empaths and see where that takes us.
Yeah.
Yes. That. Well, anyway, yeah. Okay. So we'll be signing off now. So, as I said, my name is Andrew Rigg. Carroll Byrne.
Thank you very much for joining us.
See you later.